Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to PHLY Flyers. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your director of fun and games this afternoon. We finally have a full house again. Joining me today, of course, we have Philly's #1 hockey beat writer, Charlie O'Connor. And finally back on the panel, it's Broad Street Hockey's own Kelly Hinkle. What's up, Hinks?
I'm so excited to be back here.
We are so excited to have you back, Kelly, that this is the big deal presented by Cherry Hill Kia. It is Kelly's
Kelly being
return.
back, actually.
That feels like a lot of pressure. I don't know if I like that.
I just had to call it something.
It's a big deal.
And today's Tuesday Reviewsday, so like I don't know, is there any even news to make the big deal is
I mean, we had the Porter Martone news yesterday, which we did
yeah.
break down in detail yesterday.
Yeah.
We could
Check that
obviously talk
out.
a little bit more about that, but we pretty much dove into that. I had an article come out on allphly.com today breaking down the entire offseason and my big picture view of what it means.
Diehards only fan.
Obviously for diehards only. So check that out. We could talk about that at any time.
Yeah, we will probably get into that. You know, we're going to do that when you're not here so we can really critique your writing this week. I'm going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, look at all the spelling and grammar.
Obviously, many of those.
This? I'm never going to do this. Charlie's the editor. But a couple of things we got to tell you about. First and foremost, hit that like button.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Giving us the likes we want and deserve. Give us our freaking likes. Hitting the like button is free. It's the simplest possible way to show us how much you care about us. And for those of you who go above and beyond, our diehards with access to things like Charlie's excellent content, we have a very special day coming up for you, and it is fast approaching. Monday, August the 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's Q&A night for diehards here at the studio.
That's fun.
You can come in, and it's basically we're all just going to hang, talk some hockey.
Like a live AMA?
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I guess we're gonna sit up front and field questions like we're important people. But I don't know how this is gonna go. This is someone else's idea that I said, yeah, sure to. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Come on in. We'll have some drinks. We'll have some food. We'll answer some questions. Yeah, it'll be like a live AMA. A hockey chat session. Hopefully Kelly comes as some added value for people who want to come out and talk to us.
Apparently that's a big deal.
Yeah, the people
Many
love
people
Kelly Hinkle. You have the highest approval rating in the chat.
That's fair.
You hang out with them in the chat. You are one of them.
All right.
Come on, Hinkle.
Okay.
So that's all these things are big deals presented by Cherry Hill Kia. But welcome back, Kelly. Anything particular happen in Flyers land? It feels like you've been gone forever. It was probably like a week.
It's been I think 2.
2?
It feels like a month, but I think it's been 2.
But it is the
Got the Porter Martone news.
we have the Martone news. He's headed to college, which means probably not making the team. Probably won't be at camp.
Which means it's the perfect time to panic. He's never going to wear a Flyers jersey. He's going to pull it.
He has already opted out, of course. He's already opted out, of course.
We're all so damaged, Charlie.
Well, did you see yesterday's mailbag?
No,
So we talked about the Martone thing,
Yeah.
and like all the mailbag questions were like, so he's going to pull a cutter.
Why would he pull a cutter?
It's happened to us one time.
I just think that
One time in our lives, fam.
For me, like, obviously Cutter not becoming a Philadelphia Flyer was annoying because I'd like to see the team do better. And he was a very good prospect, still is a very good prospect. Now he's a very good young NHL player. So that was a bummer. But for me personally, I have spent the last 10 years dealing with Flyers fans going crazy that every single one of their college prospects is not going to sign with the team. And now for the next 3 decades, those people will have ammunition every time. I'm like, no, like Tanner Lazinski's probably going to sign. Wade Alice is probably going to sign. Well, what about Cutter? And that they'll be able to say that for the rest of my career. And it's annoying because I can't say anything. I can't say anything to that. It's like, yeah, you're right. Cutter did do it that one time.
You have to drive home that Cutter specifically sucks. It's a him problem.
It's a him problem.
And
I guess we'll find out.
I mean, it feels like I don't want to like hijack the show with Porter Martone talk, but I feel like very obviously the conversation was, listen, kid, you're way too good for junior. We don't want you back there. but we're not sure we can guarantee you a ton of playing time because you're a child. So how's about you go to college for 1 year, then you come make the team? And he was like, all right, cool. College seems fun. And that's what happened.
It seems like the Flyers were basically like, look, we will give you a chance to make the team. And if you play very well in camp, we're not going to look at this and say like, you're just not on the team. If you have a good camp, there's a good chance you're on the team.
Right.
But if you play the way you did in development camp, you're probably not going to make the team.
You just pass in the depth chart and go, you have to beat one of these guys. Like, this isn't, all you have to do is beat one of them and you're in, but you're not penciled in. You have to take someone's spot.
Yeah.
And for a 19-year-old, that's probably really tough to do. Like,
And
these
also-
players have played in the NHL before. They know how to do it.
College is fun. I feel like a lot of
That's
these
my
kids are
thing.
going to take this opportunity. I feel like going to college and being like a big deal hockey player at a hockey school is probably real fun for a 19-year-old for like a number of reasons.
And now, like, you're going to have a considerable amount of cash, too.
Right.
And
you're
it's not
gonna
cash
make
you
a
have to
bunch of
hide.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's
Like,
I feel like a lot of kids are going to do this and we need to start getting used to the idea.
you know, I to show you how far I've come in 10, 15 years, I held it against JVR.
Right.
I am like, yeah, Porter, what are you, an idiot?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to work. No, you're 19.
Don't go to
You have
work.
the rest of your life to go to work. Go have fun. Go enjoy college for a year.
Take classes, playing hockey,
Yeah, like,
making money.
what could these classes possibly be? We're here to play hockey, not play school.
Exactly.
I'm just wondering, and the one thing that I discussed this in our Discord yesterday, because I do wonder if and when this is going to happen. Because obviously right now, Porter Martone, not allowed to play in the AHL, also not allowed to sign a contract with the Flyers and keep his NCAA eligibility. I just wonder if we're going to reach the point at some point, whether it's in a couple years, whether it's in 10 years, I don't know when, that the NCAA will allow players to sign their pro contracts early the same way that the CHL does, as long as like the signing bonus is like put in trust or something like that. Because once you open the door to NIL, like, yes, I know they're technically still amateurs, but are they? Are they really?
Didn't we just get a ruling that's like, yeah, the colleges can just pay you directly. This is a waste of everyone's time faking
We're
it.
clearly moving
Asking
in that
the-
direction.
Asking the local grocer and car
Yeah.
dealership down the street to, like, you know, create this little NIL, like, basically super PAC, and like, oh yeah, well, Penn State has the Pagulas, so
Yeah.
this is no longer a whole bunch of like Friday Night Lights stuff going on.
Nah, just a dude giving them money.
This is a trillionaire who's like, here, come play for Penn State, Gavin McKenna. We doubled Michigan State's offer.
Yeah,
like
it's
at a certain point.
It's obvious and everyone knows it. And I'm just wondering
Yes.
when there will be either a court case or a concession on the part of the NCAA to be like, okay, we all know these kids aren't truly amateurs anymore. So why are we not letting them sign pro contracts as long as it's done the way it is in the CHL, where like the contract doesn't kick in until they go to the pros, actually?
I know
I
this.
feel like it's going to happen at some point.
I know a lot of like the CHL teams, and I think the international teams are in the video game. I don't know if we could ever sell enough copies of an NCAA like Frozen 4 game. When are the college teams in the game yet? Or maybe when they get in there, now it's suddenly like, this is just income.
This is all just
income.
I just don't think there's enough money in it yet, but maybe
Yeah.
there will be at some point.
I kind of think because like I've never cared about college hockey, and like all of a sudden I'm looking at this upcoming season, I'm like, ooh, this could be fun to watch.
We had a mailbag question yesterday, like, so how can I watch college hockey games?
Right,
And it's
yeah.
well, they're on like Hulu, ESPN.
So we
but
might be
I
in
assume that will become more mainstream soon too, because we're gonna have drafted guys, soon to be drafted guys, very much. It's not like, oh yeah, there's like a few and a whole bunch of, second round picks and stuff. It's going to be the premier players. They're all going to end up going to college because they can go to college and earn a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And it's at a certain point when you've already had your breakout year in like the like, okay, what's the point?
Exactly.
I'm 19 and I just put up 100 points. I'm going to put up 200. Who cares?
Some guys are going to stay in
Yeah.
the CHL to be sure, and then they'll be supplemented by guys from like the USHL, from the BCHL, from some of the lower tier leagues. So you'll probably
The no-show?
You'll discover not the no show. You'll discover more of those guys. Like they're like
Yeah.
this may make it so, like, let's say Cale Makar. There are no more Cale Makars.
Yes.
Where Cale Makar is playing in like the AJHL before he gets drafted. Like, I don't think that's going to happen anymore because those guys are just going to play in the OHL because there's just more space available. So that isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that the CHL leagues are probably going to be a bit weaker.
I think it's just going to become part of a tiered system. Like the USHL kind of becomes part of the CHL, and then we have that feeds into the NCAA. It's no longer like a 16 to 20 league. It's a 16 to 18, 16 to 19 league, and then college.
Yeah.
So we'll see how all that goes. But it is interesting to see, like, things are changing right in front of us. And we have, our most recent high profile draft pick is like kind of part of this big shift.
And they're changing rapidly.
Yes.
I think that's the big thing because that was the big thing.
League is going to struggle. Like everything is going to be a catch-up game.
Yes.
To where the hell is this going? Like we already have the Jet Luchenko situation. It's like, well, in the next CBA, he would be able to play in the AHL as like, the exception.
Yeah.
But that hasn't kicked in yet. Doesn't help us right now. But
it's
moving forward, it's coming, but it all has to catch up.
Yeah. And the idea of, people were being like, well, is there any way that they could do it so Cutter can go to college but still attend camp? And my answer was, no, that's not really allowed now. But things are moving so fast, like it could be allowed next year. They could change the rules. A team could discover a loophole and convince the NCAA to go for it. Like this is kind of now the Wild West because there's no precedent for any of this stuff. It's all new.
Yeah, and it's cool. I know Charlie cringes when we want to get into CBA stuff, like in the middle of the offseason when other things are happening.
Yeah, now we can.
But now, what the hell else do you want us to talk about? We're about to talk about season 1 of a TV show.
Yeah, but like really.
But no, I do think like this stuff is pretty interesting because it all affects where the game is going. And listen, I don't pay a ton of attention to like the on ice stuff until it's like draft time with the lower levels of hockey, but the off-ice stuff, it all kind of builds towards what can your NHL team do and not do. And here we are. Porter Martone decides to go to college. What does that mean? Well, he ain't going to be at camp.
Yeah.
A bummer for us and people who want to attend camp and all that, but I think it's the right direction for him. And it solves a problem. It doesn't, it creates a problem for Charlie and I because we have to re-record the mini pod we did last week with our ideal opening night lineups.
Really, only you have to. I did not.
I was all for just putting it out.
I didn't include Porter Martone.
You're
the only one who has to re-record.
I was all for it. I would love to not create this amount of work for Brenna, but if we like sub in,
I was gonna say,
if we just cut me out,
things with like, that really funny, like where you just like real like flat voice, just like dub over a different name.
Yeah, that's probably not too much
like
work for
your mouth
Brenna.
Says Porter Martone, but there's just like a real weird.
You ready to do some real like kung fu movie style editing here?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like we just dub in Nikita Grabenkin and your mouth is still talking.
Who's that? Purple Crayon who wants Grabenkin to make the team?
Yeah, he's obsessed with it. Or no, is it Purple Crayon who's? No, it's Definite Maybe.
Definitely Maybe. Yes.
Yes. I'm playing on a line with Matvei Michkov.
Yes. And of course, because he needs his Russian buddy. That's right. Yeah. All right. So that brings us to season 1 of Shoresy. Tuesday Reviews Day. The off-season fun has begun here at PHLY Flyers because the whole league, and I love it just from a work standpoint, the whole league kind of has a gentleman's agreement. Like, nah.
Listen,
we're all on vacation.
As soon as like 90% of Charlie's timeline is music and Phillies, I know we've entered college season. And we are firmly into college
You had
season.
one thing, what was it? I think it was like, I don't even think he counts as an insider, which should show you like, okay, this is probably not legit. But Russian Machine Never Breaks, the cap.
Oh, yeah.
Quote it, put an article out with a headline of Insider John Shannon says next wave of trades and signings are still to come. And I was just
you flipped out. It was
great. Just like, just stop. Just stop.
Nah, fam,
it's over.
College.
Like
next wave.
I feel like Ferris Bueller. Like it's over. Go home. Like, but these insiders, they have to keep getting the clicks and keep getting the likes and keep getting the interest. Like it's over. They're all at the cabin. Yeah, there's gonna be a couple signings that trickle in. Maybe one trade closer to the end of August when like, oh God, camp's gonna start soon. I guess we better fill out our roster and get under the cap. But It's over. Go home.
They're
Stop
all in-
trying to convince the most gullible hockey fans on social media that things are still going to happen.
Like I would like to know, like, okay, when was the first wave?
The
Two-thirds
31st of June.
2/3 of the free agents signed with the teams that they
30th.
were on.
Yeah.
Like
31st,
even
yeah.
Gabe Velarde, like, oh, guess what? This contentious arbitration hearing, he signed a 6-year contract. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
He's a
Yep.
he's a jet for life.
Everyone's floating on a lake drinking a canned
Yes.
Bobby margarita.
You've seen,
no one's working.
You've all seen the photos. Like the one picture we're gonna get, it's just like drink, lake,
Yeah,
click.
that's
Like,
it.
yeah, that's the hockey off season.
It drives me
Charlie,
nuts
I could
that
just see
people
Charlie
it drives me nuts
stewing.
that people still buy it. Like there's still people on social media who are like, oh, trades are coming. It's like Lucy with the football for 12 straight months. The insiders keep telling you the big thing's going to happen. The top 5 pick's going to get traded. And you believe it every time.
Yeah.
Stop believing it. It's not going to happen.
What if I want to believe it, Charlie?
Yeah, I like
What if I
believing it.
choose? What if I purposefully choose ignorance? Like, I find it. Charlie's rant about this yesterday
One
on
of these
Twitter,
days I'm gonna
very
pick
funny
it.
to me.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, William. Like
I have just like
Blue Steel, Magnum, they're the same
they're the
thing.
same look. It's the exact same look. I want to know what are these moves? Who is now like, oh, should we go get Marco Rossi? Like who is making these? Oh, well, yeah, we should probably do something. Like, Velarde signed. Well, I'm already at the cabin anyway. Like that's all these players are going to end up sticking long term because all the other GMs who might want to do something are like, I'm on vacation, man. You needed to call me 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where we are, and that's why it's Tuesday Reviewsday.
Nonsense.
I can't wait to get Charlie's take on this. I think everyone knows Kelly and I both very much love this show.
Fan.
And it is abso-freaking-lutely ridiculous. Before we hit the break, though, I wanted to get to just a little background on Jared Keeso, who plays the titular Shoresy.
The most talented man alive.
He really might be. He played some lower level hockey, did Jared Keeso, and we have his career stats. That little stint there with the Strathroy Rockets in 2000-2001, that little stint. Guess who else was on that team?
Who's that?
Jeff Carter
No
played
way!
for that team. 2-time Stanley Cup
No,
winner
that's
Jeff
wild.
Carter, who put up 27 goals and 47 points as a 15, 16-year-old on
Amazing.
that squad. Both second on the team, which I found funny. He didn't lead the team in scoring.
That's
but
funny.
Keeso's been in and around the game a long time. I think his acting career began. He got 2 different roles playing Don Cherry in like Don
really?
Cherry biopics.
Okay.
And so the funniest thing that Kelly and I were laughing our asses off about when Charlie showed up today, on the IMDb like movie trivia, like trivia page for Shoresy, Keeso had his tooth removed to play Shoresy.
I'm obsessed with him.
That's
How do we
very
get
funny.
him on the show?
I was like, oh, this is probably like a real thing. Like he played hockey. He's Canadian. He's probably missing some teeth.
Yeah.
No, he
No.
just had it removed.
Amazing.
So he could do this stupid show.
And I will say, like, I'm not gonna say I love this show because there are a lot of things about the show that like do legitimately annoy me.
Oh.
But the thing that
It'll grow on
I
you.
very much love about this show, and this is a long-standing philosophy of mine. I respect nothing more than a full-fledged commitment to a bit.
He's the Daniel Day-Lewis.
And
of
this
comedy
show,
shows.
they have their bits and they commit to them as much as anything I've ever seen, and I respect that.
It will really grow on you. You will like you have to wait. I feel like it's almost puts up this front to scare people off, and then like the facade drips away, and it's like there is heart in this show.
I've
You
cried
just have to
watching
go
this show.
looking for it. Like you have to wait it out to
kidding.
get to
and
it,
I'll get into that.
and you'll see
Yeah,
more
I'll-
as the show progresses.
I'll get into that because we have a line in here where
Yeah.
it's like, what's your favorite episode? And I'm like, well, one episode is probably my favorite, but like the finale is the best.
Yes.
Because it's the only episode that like actually is an episode of television.
There's also some a former. There's also a
With
former,
like a plot line and resolution.
All right.
So
I get it.
Ted Hitchcock,
Yeah.
the one of the guys who gets brought in as like a ringer for the team in like the second or
Also
third
one of the
episode.
best bits of the season,
Yes.
by far.
Ted Hitchcock is actually former 8th overall pick Terry Ryan from the Habs. He played 8 games over 3 years with Montreal, and he suffered a bad ankle injury that pretty much cut his career short. He's a regular on Chicklets. It sounds like he was really enjoying himself. That may have contributed to why his NHL career didn't really pan out
Who among
the
us?
way it was expected.
Respect it.
And you know what? I can't say mine wouldn't have gone any differently had I had any talent.
As long as you have no regrets.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean, if you spend your whole life being like, what if, then that sucks. If you look at it and you're like, well, I don't know. Like, I guess my life's okay. I had fun.
show,
Yeah,
fam.
sure. It's your life, your choices.
He also led Canada to gold medals in ball hockey several times, so
neat.
he's got that going for him. But we're gonna get now into the first season of Shoresy. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And we're at 69 likes as we go.
Hey.
That's absolutely perfect. But get us over 200. You know the
hurry
drill.
up.
But right now we got to throw it to our first commercial break. Time to tell you about our friends at Cherry Hill Kia, because if you're looking for the dealership with the most inventory and super low lease payments in the Philadelphia area, Kia of Cherry Hill and KiaofCherryHill.com is the place to go. You can choose from over 450 new Kias, including Telluride, Sportages, K5s, Carnivals, Seltos, and Souls. And I've got to tell you, Kia is the hottest automotive brand in the country for a reason. 7 of their models received 2025 Car and Driver Editor's Choice Awards. That's pretty wild considering there were more than 450 models tested and only 20 received the award industry-wide. 7 of the 20 Kias. That's pretty good ratio. Combine that with the best warranty in the automotive business. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain, and 5 years, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper. So stop in today and tell them PHLY sent you, and you'll receive a $100 restaurant.com gift card just for taking a test drive or completing a trade appraisal. I know people buy Kias elsewhere. I just don't know why. Drive home in your new Kia today. Just minutes from all bridges are available online 24/7 at KiaofCherryHill.com. Charlie, I walked into my garage yesterday, and it was a sauna in there.
Yeah, this Philly heat, especially now, it's no joke.
This humidity is here. So what I ended up doing, I got like 20 bags of ice. I went into my backyard, filled a baby pool with them. Nice little inflatable I have back there. Did a little cold plunge.
Why didn't you just turn on your air conditioner?
I'm trying to be energy efficient. I hear the cold plunges are good for you. You seem like a cold plunge kind of guy. And I'm trying to save a little bit of cash as well.
Okay, well, instead of filling up a baby pool, and I don't believe you have any children, William, but instead of filling up a baby pool that you don't yet need, you could just check out Pico's energy saving rebates. They've got deals on Energy Star cooling equipment that actually work and cut your bills.
So no more ice?
It's the summer. Flyers aren't playing. They've already melted all the ice in the rink.
Yeah, that seems like what's up. I'm going to have to check this out. It seems like the way to go, Charlie. Thank you.
So just head to pico.com/ways to save. They've got tips for everything: heating, cooling, lighting, you name it.
Welcome back. Kelly has returned, and I have changed clothes. That's a totally different set. Yeah, we are here, and it's Tuesday, Reviewsday. Time to talk a little Shoresy Season 1. We're going to get into our favorite scenes, favorite episodes, jokes, and whatnot. But I just want to get the overall thoughts on the first season of this cult classic. The idea that it is a spinoff from Letterkennny, and I would like Charlie asked, because Kelly and I have seen this all before, and we were introducing Charlie to it. And he asked, like, did I have to have watched Letterkennny to understand it? And the answer is no.
No.
Because Shoresy is, I don't even know, tertiary character, like just this side joke
never
in
see his face.
Letterkennny where you never see his face and he just chirps Riley and Jonesy.
So you never see his. So that's why. So that's why it's such a big deal in the first episode when he's behind the stall and then he comes out and it's like, I guess the Letterkennny people be like, oh my god, that's what he looks like.
Because Jared Keeso,
that makes sense.
Jared Keeso plays Wayne, the main character in Letterkennny, and it's like it's him. they just wouldn't show his face. So he's just like a side character, and he talks with a much more annoying voice in Letterkenny that he tones down in this one.
He does tone it down a little bit,
And it's the idea that they turned this into a show. I think like a considerably better show overall. I do love Letterkenny, but this one just kind of feels like it has more of a plot.
I've said this to you before, Bill. Like, this show has no business being this good.
Yeah.
Because it is, again, based on a character that you mainly saw in a bathroom stall saying very vulgar things
to Riley and Jonesy.
To Riley and Jonesy on
are
Letterkenny.
themselves like secondary characters.
Exactly. And somehow they flesh him out into this like
lovable.
Like, you love him, you're rooting for him, he's funny, he's like warm, like the backstory with the family, like it's unbelievable that they were able to make this show out of that character, because if you had just watched Letterkenny and you were like, oh, they made a show about Shoresy, like you would not think, oh, it's gonna make me weep. Yeah. Which I've done several times watching this show.
It does have a great heart to it. And that is, like, I just find it shocking they were able to do this. But Charlie, as somebody unfamiliar with Letterkenny, this is your first viewing of this. What were your just overall takeaways from this ridiculous show?
Well, it seems like, and this is, again, coming from someone who has never seen Letterkenny.
You should watch it, by the way.
I don't think I should.
Oh.
And the reason is because it seems like, based on what I've gathered about Letterkenny and now having watched the first season of Shoresy, the parts of Shoresy that I actively dislike are the parts that seem like they're the most like Letterkenny.
Oh.
Like I generally speaking, and like there's one exception, which I will bring up. I find every single scene where he is playing ref with the high schoolers to be just the biggest waste of time.
What?
I don't find it funny even a little bit.
Not even a little bit?
I don't think any of them can act. The lines are so stilted, and the chirps are rarely funny to me.
Chirps are so funny
because they're so over the top and dumb.
I know, but that's
like true. Like the one scene in all of that I find funny, and I think it's because he's not chirping, is when they're chirping him about the name, about the blueberry, and then he's just standing there.
Why do you think I'm eating it?
And then finally he's like, why do you think I'm eating it? I know it's embarrassing. Like, that's funny. But like the back and forth, it's like, I don't know, like this just looks like a bunch of dudes just like making stuff up that isn't very funny.
The chirps are funnier in Letterkenny.
Whereas when they actually get into like the plot
show
with characters you care about, that's when I more get into it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't care about the high schoolers.
Like,
they're just there to say stupid things.
The back and forth, like, it just cracks me up because like this is when you get the ref who's like been there forever, and they are just like the rink rat who won't go home. And it's like, this is your life, huh? You come here and like ref my beer league games. Like, this is like, you do get into that a little bit. Like, Matt, you just smell like a brewery. You're going to hurt somebody, probably yourself. I'm like, I hope I crash into you. Like the back and forth. But yeah, like it's funny because I hated the chirps about the team name simply because I like the team name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, you're all wrong. This is great. This Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs is hilarious.
I think where I come from is like, and this is a personal thing. I can't get into comedy if I don't care about the characters.
All right.
So the comedy parts, the parts that make me laugh in this show are when it's like, oh, I'm actually invested in like what's going on here. That's funny. When it's just like, that just felt like a 5-minute long diversion in every episode where it's like, I don't care about these high schoolers. I care about Shoresy slowly but surely, but like, I don't care what he's yelling at a bunch of 16-year-olds. Like, I just don't care.
Doing it is all time. And like, that is like harkens to what his character more is like in Letterkenny.
Okay.
And it's like this guy who everyone thinks is an a-hole. And it's like, here's more evidence of that. Yeah. Actually, he's a decent guy. But let's talk about the characters, like our favorite characters. Because if this is the thing, Charlie, like this is what's going to make Charlie enjoy the show, we should talk about our favorites. But I'm going to lead it off. Kelly, you have a good one to lead it off. Who was your favorite character in this show?
My favorite character in the show is Goody. Just because he says so few words, but when he says them, they're for some reason hilarious to me. I don't know if it's just like he's so soft spoken and like just kind of like one note. And he'll just say like, settle down. And it makes me laugh hysterically for like 20 minutes. I don't know. He's my favorite character. Also, nice face on that guy, so that doesn't hurt. But yeah, I don't know why he's my favorite, but I really like him.
It's the guy, Fish, who they keep calling the ugliest
Yeah,
dude in
yeah.
Canada. I'm like, this guy looks like Canadian Eric Carlson. This is
pretty.
a good-looking
Yeah.
man here.
That is, and that's
that's
funny.
funny. It's a
That's a
funny
fun
bit.
bit
Yeah.
because it keeps coming up over and over again. It's like the things I like about the show. It follows the same mindset as Sideshow Bob with the rakes.
Okay.
Where it's like if he steps on one rake, it's not that funny. If he steps on two, you chuckle. If he steps on three, it gets boring. If he steps on eight, then it's hilarious.
Yes.
And like that's what I do like about
Yeah.
the show is like they keep coming back to these bits, and
They
the
do.
first time you roll your eyes, and then the fifth time you laugh.
Okay.
When the ice cream, the sticks are unbelievable. Like, all right, but when it's 3 times an episode,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Then it's funny.
It's funny.
And it's funny.
My favorite character, it's Ted Hitchcock.
He might be my second.
And
favorite.
it's-
He's very much up there.
It
The accent is
really
is
it's
incredible.
because it represents like something we don't get here, and I just equate it to like if I was to make a show where like there's a character from Alabama and there's a character from the West Coast, like how I would write all these American stereotypes. We don't get exposed nearly as much to the Canadian stereotypes, and I love seeing. To me, a Canadian's a Canadian.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're all sorry, eh? Like
No.
you're just. But there's so many
The
different.
maritime people are a different.
Yeah,
people.
I was
Like-
gonna say, Kelly. So you've actually been to the Maritimes.
It's my favorite.
Do they speak like that?
People from Newfoundland do.
They
Like,
do.
People from
So-
Newfoundland sound low key like they're from Ireland. Like it's a
Okay.
wild accent.
We have
yeah.
like Ted Hitchcock specifically represents the Newfies.
Right.
Like we have the idea of we need to find some tough natives, and it's like tough natives is that's redundant.
Yeah.
Like you don't need that. Like the French are just all sex maniacs.
Yeah.
The French Canadians,
Yeah.
like they're all
The
just
fact
sex
that they only
maniacs.
speak French makes me laugh
Yes.
a lot. Yeah.
That's when they introduced Dolo. I totally forgot that he's rapping in English, and that's the last time we hear him
Yeah.
speak English for 4 seasons.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Like that's it. We never hear him speak English. I was like, oh, okay, so he does speak English.
I do find it very funny. If we're talking about the French
Yeah.
guy, the JJ Frank
Frank
JJ,
JJ,
or
Frank
whatever.
JJ.
JJ, yeah.
But because like I didn't know this until I went on the wiki. Like the bit that he is the most attractive person in Quebec is very funny, and then it's even more funny when you realize that like they actually got like models. Like
Yeah.
these are not actresses.
No, they're
They are
they're
actual,
famous people.
relatively famous people in Quebec that they got to be on the show to
That's-
play themselves.
Yeah.
that's very funny.
his main girlfriend, LaBeouf.
Yeah.
like
Laurence
that.
LaBeouf.
I didn't realize until like the credits, and it's just her name. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
a real person.
legit famous.
This is, and they do make a good joke out of it in the first like book ending with the panel show with Jay on Rate being like, there's just unbelievable amount of good-looking women in
Sudbury.
like, Sudbury, a town that appears to be about this big. Like, it's like, all right, we are going to point out that they had a casting call somewhere
Yeah.
for just all the
All the
most
hottest
attractive
girls in
Canadians.
Canada, yeah.
Yes. And like that is very funny that they like, okay, we are gonna point this out. But I like Ted Hitchcock as a representation of hitting all of the Canadian stereotypes. I
They
found
really do
hilarious.
get them all in.
Yeah.
And then just the nickname, which I don't think we can say on here.
Probably not.
But
It sounds
the
like
fact that he explains it like
They
10
say it
times,
multiple times.
that is very funny.
Yeah,
Yes. Charlie, your favorite character. I didn't see this coming, but it's
Me
a
neither.
really good one.
Yeah, I think my favorite character is Nat. I love the deadpan. She's so deadpan. It's very funny. She's
Yeah.
also, I think, like one of maybe like 4 actual good actors in the show. And that helps
Yeah.
because it makes like her entire arc more believable. That like the reads are like, yeah, like that sounds like what an actual professional actor would say. But I love the deadpan. I love the sarcasm. It's very funny.
It's maybe it's in the we'll get to it when we get to it, but as the plot of the show unfolds. So it's the Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs. They are terrible. Nobody comes to see their games. It is senior AAA hockey, which is almost sad to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it's
The no-show.
the league is called the No Show. The team is about to fold. Jared Keeso, Shoresy says we're never going to lose again. This is Slapshot.
Yeah.
The opening plot, the way this show begins, you have to win to keep the team from folding. So the first order of business is go find 3 goons, 2 of whom are brothers in real life. This is straight up
It is,
slap
yeah.
shot.
But it's clearly intentional.
Yeah,
They know that everyone watching this show
Has seen.
This is, I can't imagine that they later were like, oh my God, did we rip off slap shot?
Accidentally rip off slap shot?
Very much intentional, but
Yeah.
it is
Anyone notice?
it is a funny crossover. Just like, yeah, we're gonna do the exact same thing. And listen, all sports movies, like there is basically a running theme to all movies and TV shows.
We talked about this with Goon. Like
Yes.
there's a harken back to there's
Yes.
a reason why every
Yeah.
hockey thing that's actually good harkens back to Slapshot. Like
Yeah.
it's the OG.
it's the iconic hockey
Right.
movie that
Mhm.
everyone who is into hockey
Yes.
at least has seen the big scenes, if not the whole thing, like 20 times.
Right.
All right, let's get into the individual episodes because I want to talk about the best scene, at least from a few of them. In episode 1, I loved just like, why are we so bad? And sure, the kids don't want it. They don't hate to lose.
Mhm.
And there's just something like in later seasons, like Kelly and I will joke about, how kids now are a little different
Mhm.
and they make fun of like the rules in the locker room and stuff. I think in like season 4.
Yeah.
And there is an element of if you were never allowed to lose, you don't know how much you hate it. And I don't know, I just really like that speech and we're going to do something about it. And it is going to toughen these kids up a little bit. Then they bring in a bunch of ringers, they bring in the tough guys, and they make the team better. But I just like it lays out the entire where this series is going right from here.
Yeah, it kind of I feel like for people like us, and I know Charlie's technically not a fan anymore, but for people who love this game, like
I'm definitely a hockey fan.
Yeah. You figure out off the jump that this show is essentially like a love letter to the sport of
Yes.
hockey. And that kind of like is the first kind of sign that it's like, okay, like this is a show about why hockey is this thing that we love so much. And that's one of them. Like, you want your team to hate to lose more than you want them to want to win.
But I will say the worst scene, and it's just because like I was immediately feeling Charlie second guessing my choices.
Because it's the one
When the show
opener.
opens and it's like brought to you by Bro Dude Energy and it's the panel and RA from Chicklets is in there. I'm like, Charlie is just sitting at home right now. Like, Phil, what are we doing? Like, what
Yeah.
what the hell are you having me watch right now? But like I said, you dig away at the veneer of this is just, a hockey bro show.
Yeah.
And there's something underneath of it. But while I'm watching that scene, I was just like, I can feel through the television Charlie second guessing my decision to watch this.
Yeah, the Chicklets guy really, yeah.
I will say,
And I miss RA's not on Chicklets anymore, and I gotta say, I miss him.
I will say that I actively disliked the pilot. And I thought when the pilot ended, I was like, oh God, this is going to be miserable.
Oh,
I have another 2.5 hours.
Like,
this.
oh God, I barely laughed. I'm like, I really don't like this at all. And then I legitimately enjoyed season 2, or episode 2. I laughed a lot. And I'm like, okay, I can get behind this. But episode 1 was like, oh God, I do not enjoy this at all.
There was a joke, and it's gonna end up being when we do the whole thing, my favorite joke from the season. When they fire the coach, who I forgot that Michaels
forgot he
is
was
the
the coach,
coach
too.
initially and comes back as the goalie.
I totally forgot about that.
When they're talking about getting rid of the coach, and Sanguinet is like, he played NCAA. Shoresy just goes, you can't fight in that league. It's for effing Euros. I lost it.
That is funny. It's funny,
Very
but it's just
funny.
kind of like, I think like the first time I saw it, I just sort of rolled my eyes like, oh yeah, like the most easy hockey joke in the world.
course.
But like it is funny.
But just like he spit that out, I found that hilarious. Was there anything you took away from the pilot that you did enjoy?
I mean that scene, the scene when they're all in the parking lot and they're talking, that extended scene where Nat is basically just like tearing them a new one and finding out like why can't we win? Like that is an actually good scene. The rest of the pilot though, I'm just kind of like, yeah, like not feeling this.
She is like a decent actress.
Yeah, like she's not bad.
One of
She's legitimately good.
maybe the only one on the show.
Yeah, there's like
Keeso's a good actor.
No, he is good.
Yes.
He's good.
I mean, just
Yes.
like seeing all the different roles he's played, he's really freaking talented.
Yeah.
Like
He is good.
yes. Kelly, what was the thing you took, like the number one thing you took away from the first episode?
Well, it's been a long time since I watched it.
Yeah.
And I too forgot that Michaels was the coach. And when I saw that, I was like, wait, that's the goal.
Yeah, I was like,
Right?
does he come back with an explanation? I couldn't like
I
remember.
totally
Yeah.
forgot. But I do think it did a good job of kind of like easing us into the idea of Shoresy as a full human person.
Yes.
Because I do feel like, unlike Charlie, most of the people that watched this show came from Letterkennny. And so
See
you're
that
thinking
shot
like,
bow hit? That was incredible.
how is this gonna be a show? And I think the pilot does a good job of kind of being like, okay, this is the universe in which Shoresy exists. This is who he is as a person. And I think that that was a good kind of like baseline. It does go up from there, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's objectively
Yes.
the worst
Actually, you know what I
episode.
can
Yeah.
say? I did enjoy the first episode because I believe this does it happen in the first episode or is this the second? The first time Shoresy meets the or not meets because obviously they know each other in the world, but the first time he has the meeting with the older reporter. I don't know if that's episode 1 or episode 2, but that bit I find hilarious.
I think it
The
happens.
fact that he's like
right,
obsessed with her, it's very funny.
I think it's right at the end of episode. I think it's right at the end of episode 1 because that's the "we're never gonna lose again."
Yeah.
And the headline, which is great, is
no one cares.
like Sudbury, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like that is really good. But that relationship, like I will say, like you would probably take out the like him reffing the night games, the high school hockey, whatever. I would take out all the JJ Frankie JJ stuff and have
Yeah.
more Shoresy and Laura.
Okay.
Because they're awesome.
It's the and as we go, Charlie, you're gonna get this. It's like one of the purest romantic
Yes, it's
storylines
so-
I've ever seen in my life. It's like beautiful and lovely
good.
and real, and it's like it makes no sense that it's this good.
It's very funny that he's this like insane person who yells at everyone, and then when he gets into her presence,
Yeah.
he just turns into like this sincere puppy dog. It's very funny.
It's
All right, we're gonna talk about that because it's actually the subject of like my favorite joke from episode 2. But first, let's take a quick commercial break. 1-800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
You know, we have all been through the big box store experience, and if you've done it once, you probably never want to do it again, and that's why I've been telling you for over a year now, there's no better option than Empire Today when it comes to your new flooring for one simple reason. Empire Today's got the flooring experts. They've got the flooring experts who will be with you every step of the way. They live and breathe flooring, and they'll do something no big box store can do. Bring the showroom right to your home so you can pick the right flooring and the right colors for your space in your space. See how it all looks with your furniture up against the colors in your house and just how it feels. Does it feel right in your space? And they'll take the precise measurements for you and have all your questions answered so there are never any surprises. And with Empire Today, you get clear upfront and all-inclusive pricing. Plus, you can schedule installation as soon as the next day because you want your house looking right now. Not in 6 weeks. You want it now. So schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. And PHLY listeners, listen up because you can receive a $350 discount when using promo code PHLY. You heard that right. $350 off with discount code PHLY. Restrictions apply. Visit empiretoday.com/PHLY for full details. While we're here, I got to tell you about Monarch Money. Monarch Money, you know, I have learned so much from the Monarch app. You can start managing your finances to build the life you actually want. Monarch makes managing money simple, even for busy lives. And with all your accounts, credit cards, and investments in one place, you'll always know where your money stands and without the hassle. With Monarch Money, you can track your spending, savings, and investments effortlessly so you can focus on what matters most, and that's making your biggest life goals a reality. Monarch Money is the finance tool people actually love. It was named the Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025 and is the top recommended personal finance app by users and experts with over 30,000 five-star reviews. Financial stress is one of the top reasons relationships fall apart. Financial stress, it'll kill you. Stay alive. Use Monarch Money. Monarch makes money conversations easier. Get control of your overall finances with Monarch Money. Use the code PHLY at monarchmoney.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code PHLY. Don't be me. Learn to budget. Use Monarch Money. So episode 2. Now, speaking of like,
This episode was like, okay, yeah, this is funny.
and
Got him.
This is a good episode.
It's one
It's
of-
probably my favorite episode.
this is where these sticks are unbelievable bit
Yeah.
It's a great
really
bit.
gets going. My favorite scene is the call your parents.
so funny.
Like, and it just gives you a little bit of Shoresy. Like, so what are you, just a bunch of big shots flying on planes every day? Like, you fly on a plane and don't call your parents to let them know you got here safe? Like, that absolutely cracked me up.
It's very funny to me because I am the meme about the grown adult who like has to text their mom when they land on the airplane, like landed, I'm good. Like that's
You have to.
I'm 100%.
My
that
mom
person.
would call the police.
Yeah, I know. My mom would think
like,
that the plane went down and I
he's
was
dead.
dead if I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that scene makes me laugh a lot.
That's really good stuff. I will say,
Go for it.
while it's kind of funny, I would take down a caribou really just made me squirm a
It
little
was a
bit.
little- it's
I think it's supposed to.
It goes on for a little
It's-
too long.
it's supposed to.
This was one of the like maybe a little too forced of the bits.
Right.
That I was like, this could end. This could end right now, and
Stop
I'd be,
talking about
I'd
taking
be
down
fine.
caribou,
I'd be
please.
fine with this scene ending.
No, but there's a lot in this episode that I really like. Like, this is the episode where he eats the chirps.
Yes.
Like the one episode at the high school game the one scene that I actually legitimately like because he's not fighting back. That is funny. You have this episode also has all the Dutch guys, which is great.
Oh, that is funny.
The names
the
are-
Appledorns.
The 8 Appledorns,
Yeah.
and they're just going back and forth, dropping these like increasingly ridiculous names. It
Yes.
feels like a Key and Peele sketch. Like that is great. You also have maybe my favorite line of the show when they're talking about like what they have to do to get people to come to the game, and one of the other girls is like, "You want bums and seats?" and then Nat just goes, "I want to kill myself." it's so good. Like just completely deadpan, like no expression on her face. So good. But my favorite scene in the entire show is in this one, which I cannot say the words spoken by the bird, but
Big Sexy is the best.
Big Sexy
The bird being
The
named.
bird being named
when
Big Sexy
they
is
have
so
this
funny.
parrot, Big Sexy, and all of the new recruits come into Shoresy's apartment for the first time, and in between their back and forths, Big Sexy the bird is chirping something profane in the most like stereotypical parrot voice,
Yeah.
and it is so funny.
It's very
It's
funny.
it's the only thing this bird says,
I know.
and it goes on for 5 more
It's
episodes.
very good.
But I love.
That made me laugh out loud for the first time.
I really like, and it's a callback to Letterkennny. It's one of the ways they like kind of show Shoresy and show what he's known for and show who he really is. And it's when he's talking to the reporter Laura, who he is an absolute love with, and she just goes, "Oh yeah, from the guy famous for wheeling 2 of his mom's friends or for 2 of his friends' moms in Letterkenny." And that's the nonstop, the nonstop joke is Shoresy just talking about Riley and Jonesy's mothers. He just goes, "They weren't my friends." Like, that's the best part.
He's not denying it.
He was
They weren't my
never.
friends.
They weren't my friends, and their moms were wheeling me. And it's very much just like he is still that guy.
Yeah.
He's still the same
It's in there.
character.
Yeah.
He's just got layers in this show. They weren't my friends. Like, no, he wasn't playfully making fun of Riley and Jonesy. He hated them,
Yes.
which is very funny. And just every back and forth between Shoresy and Laura is outstanding.
Yes, that is true.
They're the best.
Any other standouts from episode 2? Because this is taking so much longer than I thought it was going to.
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good episode. I think joke for joke, episode 2 is the funniest episode, in my opinion.
Episode 3, we get more Shoresy Laura stuff.
Yeah.
But my favorite line, my favorite joke in this is when Sanguinet is like, "How am I supposed to coach these guys? Like, how am I supposed to be mean to them? I'm not a bully." And he's like, "Do I look like Ken Hitchcock?" And Shoresy just like he's trying to talk Shoresy into helping him. He goes, "Do I look like Reg Dunlop?" Like, all right, we are making light of this is obviously a little bit of slapshot in here. Like, am I a player coach?
Right.
Well, kinda, yeah.
little
But I found that great.
I think my favorite part of episode 3 is this is the episode they introduced the gyms. And the
the
gyms,
gyms are so
and
great.
The gyms are great. They're effing beauts.
The
Effing beauts.
The
gyms.
gyms are such beauty.
When they have the bit of all 3 of them just want to go buy gym.
Yeah.
Like, but you're just the gym's 3.
Yeah.
Like, wait, maybe we'll say it a different way. And Shoresy just starts like going with show tunes and like,
Oh, yeah.
what is this, like a musical? Like we're gonna say this like do re mi, like we're gonna say it all different ways. And he just starts going with different show tune lines. I thought that was great.
That was a
Like,
very funny
how does he even
scene.
know these references? I found that great, but I do think the middle episodes drug a little bit. Like 3 and 4, like just to
Yeah.
get us to 5 and 6. And we know where we're going.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, they're not going to lose again. This is obviously going to come down to the last game. We got to get there, but it just felt like this could have been 4 episodes, not 6.
It was kind of some world building,
Yes.
which I will allow.
There's
in a television
exposition
show.
here. Like
yeah.
you don't know that this is going to be like, there's going to be a season 5 probably, like when the NHL season starts.
Yeah.
You don't know that at the time.
Yeah.
You're thinking, what's this going to be, like 8 episodes? It's a show about Shoresy. Like what could it possibly be? It turns out awesome.
Yeah. Right.
But it's like just for this, I'm like, I could do without 3 and 4, but it is, like more just world building.
And I will say, having it be not a 2-3 episode show, it makes it more believable when, like, by episode 6, like, Shoresy isn't a complete dick.
Yes.
Like, he does slowly
It's
build
yes.
to, like, not being, like, the worst human being ever.
No, that's a good
Episode 4
point.
does a
Like,
lot of-
if it's episode 2 and all of a sudden it's episode 6 and he's like crying.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
That happened.
you hated these guys.
Yeah.
You hated Fish. You hated Michaels. Like,
So you do have to have that slowly happen. Like
Yes.
6 episodes, they're 30 minutes. It doesn't happen that slow, but it happens in a believable way where by episode 6, you're not just like, wait, he turned from the guy from episode 1 where he's yelling from in the stall and revealing that the coach's girlfriend. Like,
yes.
Like you go from that guy to episode 6. Like that seems unlikely, but yeah, you have a couple more in there. It's a bit more believable.
The running bit of what's an aqua dump is so funny.
So funny.
It's so freaking funny. It's
Charlie's right. The running
so dumb.
bits are low key the best part of the show.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
bits are
No,
great.
having the callbacks in episode and in season, and just like when
And it doesn't stop, by the way, for all 4.
Oh, I'm not
like
expecting
yeah.
when Nat is recruiting Michaels. Also, I appreciate a show that is not afraid to hang dong.
Oh,
yeah,
male
because
recruiting.
That scene is so funny.
That is very funny.
I believe in equality. You know, but
I forgot that part happened and I was
like,
alarmed.
when that
That's okay.
when that scene when he's like tucking himself into bed and he's just like, what's an aqua dump? I'm like, that was like 2 episodes ago. That was great.
He's been like turning that over in his head.
Also,
That's the part that's been bothering him for 2 episodes.
so great that he's such a weirdo because
Yes.
he's the goalie.
Yeah.
And goalies have to be weird.
And even that's just like, oh, he's just so weird.
Yeah,
so
that's
weird,
just to
yeah.
say it out loud.
It's so weird.
But that gets us through like 3 and 4, and 5 and 6 is when we really start to pick up here. We do get the Brenda Moore jokes and the French announcers in
The
episode
French
4.
announcers are so good.
They just follow
The
JJ
guy-
around.
Yeah, it's the
wherever he
guy from
goes.
Trailer Park Boys
Yes.
and the guy from Letterkennny. And those are somehow 2 of the funniest humans that have ever existed. And them being, and like, so specifically French Canadian, like, you're not mistaking these dudes for French at all.
No.
And like when
Yeah.
they speak in English and they have like that incredibly stereotypical French Canadian accent, that's very funny to
It
me
is
for some
funny.
reason. But yeah, bringing those 2 in was
4 is also the family. I think 4 might be my favorite episode. I lied. It's just 3 I could do without.
learning about his
Yeah.
family. That is, I think, one of the things that really gets you to like, okay, this is just like an actually good human being. Like he's a good person. And like, this is probably why, because like, this is where he comes from.
Right.
And also I love that his dad was on Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, the part at the end of the family reunion where like they're basically like, yeah, it's fine. Like it's cool that you 2 are together, but if you didn't think we were gonna make fun of you for it, like
right.
what are you?
And that is, it really, and it kind of like goes back to when I think the previous episode when Shoresy is explaining to Sanguinette, like, are you gonna go all out for me? I'm gonna go all out for you. Then you can say anything to me.
Yeah.
And that's like, you get a look at his family, and
that's
they
where
are
it
just
comes from.
busting balls real hard.
Yeah.
But they all clearly love each other.
Yeah.
They're just that's what a team is, and that's kind of I did like that like transition there, and then meeting the family is just very funny.
Yeah, it's
like,
great.
oh yeah, of course he's like doesn't have a mom,
Right.
so this is why he loves older women, and, like,
And they straight up say that.
yes, well, yeah, in case you didn't
There's,
get it,
there's no subtext in this
in
show.
case you didn't get it.
Wait a minute. Are we? I feel like it's less about him liking older women.
it's
and
age
more
appropriate.
age appropriate
Yes,
women.
that's
Like
fair.
he's not a scumbag.
That's
Like he's
fair.
not going for 20-year-olds. Like he and Laura, I think, are the same age.
I would
Like,
think,
she's
yeah.
not older than him.
Yeah.
But he
Fair
does
point.
make a point with every otherwise attractive woman in the show to be like, little young.
Because they're all like 22.
And appreciative, but a lot of
He's
times.
like, you're attractive, but you're young
it's
for me.
like, an athlete is an athlete.
understand, that's what I mean.
For a reason. Anyway, so we get to season 5, and there's just a
Or episode
great,
5,
episode 5, a great Shoresy Laura line where Shoresy goes, I've been watching YouTube tutorials on how to rub your feet good. That is
good.
so freaking funny.
That is really good.
Because I believe it. I don't think this is a joke.
Like he
I can
actually,
see him-
you believe the
he
character
is-
actually
yes.
did it.
I see him watching YouTube to understand this.
Also, I don't know what's wrong with me that I find that everything that he says to her is like the most romantic thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, I want someone to watch YouTube videos about how to rub my feet good.
And the final shot of episode 5 after they beat the Sioux of Terry Ryan, Ted Hitchcock, eating the stick. It's like the main core, and they're all eating, and he just has like the most uncomfortable lick of this ice cream cone that I've ever seen. I was like, Jason, dude, why? Why did it have to end on that shot? And it was just really funny. But it takes us to episode 6, the finale.
Right.
The big show.
They had back-to-backs against the Sioux, who are so effing good.
Another great bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great
Fantastic bit.
And the Bulldogs are so bad that in the first game, the Sioux were getting ready for the playoffs. They sent a bunch of affiliates. They
Yeah,
sent their
call-ups.
call-ups.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
sent goons. It was so they actually beat this team. That's awesome. But for the rematch, the Sioux take it seriously.
Yeah.
I love that they didn't win.
Yeah, it's the right choice for the show to make.
Now it kind of goes against the whole, well, if we never win, if we lose, we're gonna fold. Oh, spoiler, there's 3 more seasons.
Yeah,
they
they
don't
don't
fold.
But also, like, you know, it doesn't feel like forced.
No,
that they're
yes,
not
it
folding.
doesn't.
You know what I mean?
People showed up and the
Yeah.
team comes together and like things are working.
Yeah, they lose and the crowd's like giving them the ovation.
Yes.
And you can tell that Nat is like, I can't give this up.
Yes.
It's believable.
Yeah.
And they build that throughout the season, like harkening back to her mom had the team and like they had all these times going to the league. Like the meeting with the league is so good.
That is very good.
because
yeah.
it turns so
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
Where they're like giving her a hard time. You think the whole team's gonna get suspended for this warm-up brawl, and then they're like, we are still like, we love hockey too, and this is what hockey is.
The
Like, they
line,
turn it.
the line they do where Nat's just like, yeah, but like there was one of our guys on the ice and everybody on their team, and they're like, yeah, but that one guy was Shoresy.
They're
Come
like,
on.
who was the one? And you just see all their
Yeah,
body
like-
language, like, you got us on this one. Like, while we still believe in our defense,
Yes.
your counter was fairly strong.
Fair point.
But it really starts to turn here. But I think in episode 6, when JJ gets caught cheating,
Yeah.
they have the big blow up at the house. And come pick up your Siamese cat.
This might be the
Come
best
pick up
line.
your Siamese cat.
Yeah.
Because I'm putting it out front. And she leaves. Shoresy
Shoresy.
just goes, effing Frankie has a Siamese cat? Like, that's it. That's their whole
And
big dramatic breakup and like
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
caught cheating. That's the
And,
response.
and then the follow-up line's even better. That's cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation. That killed me. That absolutely killed me.
Fantastic.
So funny.
But I liked getting to go back and like watch because there was so much I just didn't remember.
Same.
But I do think the fact that they don't win, but that locker room speech in between the second and third period, like I just dug so much.
Yeah, it's good.
When they're like, the
Great.
gyms, you're gonna score us a goal.
I love that.
Like we're going to create the room for you. Like, oh man, that's freaking hockey. Loved it so much.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I think we have some super chats, so we are headed to overtime. Go to allphly.com to keep watching. Before we get to those, let's fill in the favorite line, favorite scene, all that
let's do
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Brenda did the work.
So we did we did the favorite character, favorite scene. In the,
Favorite scene for me is the big sexy introduction. That's my favorite scene.
I mean, I feel savagely owned by Charlie now, but mine's every scene with Shoresy reffing high school games. I think they're hilarious.
I saw you put that in there, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny." That Charlie, that's the thing he would take out of the show.
I do not like.
And I would just go
so funny.
the third period montage of the final game.
Yeah, it's really.
There wasn't. I mean, this wasn't that. What the hell movie did we watch last year?
Oh,
There
the
was
one that
no hockey.
in it.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Tina
the one
Solani
with-
Yeah,
movie.
the Solani movie.
Solani, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, God, that
and
movie
like
was
they
so
kept
bad.
referencing JR, and
Yeah.
JR's never in it. and-
So bad.
Yeah, but I could have used a little more hockey in this season, and this one there's plenty in that.
I thought the
montage.
hockey was pretty good.
It was good.
It
not
doesn't
bad.
look bad.
It's not bad.
They give it to you in short spurts,
but it's not
and
bad.
like it's supposed to be the no show.
Right.
And like, yeah, this is what like 11:30 p.m. hockey on a Saturday night looks like.
Yeah.
And I thought it worked. Favorite line, mine is he played NCAA. He can't even fight in that league. It's for effing Euros. That cracked me up. What were your guys?
Yeah, mine was the you want bums and seats. I want to kill myself.
Very
I love
funny.
that.
So good.
Yeah, when Shoresy says to Sanguinet, like, we're teammates or brothers, I'd go to the wall for you. Are you my brother? Yes. Would you go to the wall for me? Yes. Then you're allowed to call me a useless C word on the way.
Outstanding.
Sums it up. Yeah.
Favorite episode, mine is actually episode 4 because it has the family reunion and the thought process that went into Shoresy starting the warm-up brawl. Like, and then the team comes out and rescues him, pulls him off the, like, well, we can't win this game because we don't have enough players.
Right.
And like, okay, we've seen in the Mighty Ducks, it's like, oh, we forfeit, you know. He goes out there and is like, I'm going to make sure this game never happens.
Yeah.
And he will put himself at great risk to do it. And just the idea of the guy who won't leave warm-ups, because that always cracks me up. When there's like the guy who always has to be last
That was
off.
always such a thing with the Phantoms, like the AHL thing, that it
Yeah.
was always my favorite thing. Like there had to be the last
like,
guy on the ice.
using that trope to then start this brawl that ensures the game never happens. I thought that was great.
Yeah,
That was my favorite episode. It's good. Charlie?
Yeah, I think like on the here I have episode 6. I think episode 6 is the best episode. It's the one with the most heart.
Yeah.
But episode 2 is the one I laughed at the most.
It is very, very it gets better too. Like this season,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're getting there, but it's
It
not
gets
quite
better,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's looking forward to it. So Charlie, are you looking forward to season 2?
Yeah, I want to see what
Do
I want
you
to see
think-
what happens because
Do you think we go season 2 next, or do we break this up with like a movie and then season 2? And I don't know if we have enough time to do all that.
we have vacations.
Yeah.
You do run the show. You make your choice.
I think we're gonna go.
I'll do the rest of the
I think we're gonna go season 2 next week. So
All right.
here's your chance, everybody. Season
Catch
2.
up.
Season 2, if you didn't watch yet, or if you didn't watch season 1, here's your chance. You have a whole week. All right, let's hit these couple of super chats and get out of here. First one from JH says, "Welcome back, Kelly. Glad to see you. 344 days
Still not
He's
signed
still
yet.
counting them down.
till Connor McDavid becomes an unrestricted free agent.
He's not an Oilers
He
yet.
hasn't signed.
Nope.
It hasn't happened.
Go.
From Borfus. Good to hear from Borfus. We got effing dusters on this team who couldn't hit water if they fell out of an effing boat. Makes me die every time. There's just so many.
It's so good.
When he's making fun, not all of the chirps land, especially with the high schoolers. I get what Charlie doesn't like about it, but they are so, like, there's so many good chirps.
funny.
Just like hockey cliches that he just says in such a way that are like,
Yeah.
of course.
Nails.
Another one from Borfus here. What it be, what it do? What's going on, Borfus? Our pal Purple Crayon. What's this?
Keeso.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, pretty good show. Got the boys giggling and laughing out there. Good for the team morale. Also, the huh bit is funny.
Yeah.
I love the huh
huh
bit.
bit is
Huh? Like,
Huh?
That is
it's,
good.
I like how they lay it out, like they explain it before he does
Yeah.
it,
Yeah, in the
and then he
beginning,
does
the
it for
very
the
beginning
entire
of the
rest
show.
of the show.
Yeah.
They do. There is no subtext. Like,
Oh, no.
they
Zero
explain every bit.
Yep.
Like, in case you didn't get the Ted Hitchcock joke, they're like,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna tell you 5 times.
Right.
Like, and from Kate Alt says, what did you guys think of the music in this
The
show?
music in the show is bizarre. It is so weird.
It's
I
very
can't
Leonard.
decide whether I like it or not.
I
I
feel like
thought
it's a-
Charlie, it was going to be a highlight for Charlie just because I know there's a lot of indie stuff in there.
So weird though.
It's a Keeso thing. Like he does it a lot
Yes.
in Letterkenny too. Like each show seems to have like a little musical interlude. It's like a
Yes.
thing for him with his shows.
But like you'll have like episodes that end with this weird like club like wubba wubba type thing. Like it's just so weird.
It
And
is,
it's like
yeah.
it doesn't feel like this is what should be behind this particular scene. So it's odd. It's certainly unique. I can't say I like it or dislike it. It's just jarring.
No, like the
it's meant to be jarring. clearly.
the piano song. Like I love that, especially like in a scene with tremendous violence, like in
Yeah.
that
Oh,
final.
oh yeah.
like
Season 6,
like-
that song is very good.
yeah,
That's
like
cool.
I love using that, like a
Yes.
song that doesn't fit in
Yeah.
like a montage like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
find
that's
great. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back next week with another Tuesday Reviews Day for Shoresy Season 2. Make sure you prepare for that. And we'll be back tomorrow with another really fun show. Hit the like button. Go to allphly.com. Check out your Q&A night if you are a diehard. If you're not, sign up to be one and come hang out with us on Monday, August the 4th. We're going to be announcing pretty soon that West Coast trip that we were telling you about all during the draft. There's going to be
Hope you put your
there's going to be an East and West Coast element to this little trip we're going to be doing. Perhaps we see Cutter here and there. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Maybe we go visit Mike Richards and Jeff Carter's cup banners
I
as
don't know what
well.
you're talking
Maybe
about.
that's going to be a part of the trip. I don't know. I can't tell you everything yet, but keep an eye out. We're going to have some fun stuff coming up. Follow us on all the socials at PHLY_Flyers on Twitter. Follow the podcast wherever you get those. Just search PHLY Flyers. That's it. I'm Bill. That's Charlie. That's Kelly. Till tomorrow, be excellent to each other.
We all silly like the mayor.